Andrew Tate is one of the most controversial celebrities of all time. If you were to ask 10 women what they thought about him, 8 of them would probably tell you nothing good about the former kickboxing champion. However, Andrew is well aware of the image he is trying to build. He has used his controversial comments to his advantage to boost his fame, even if these controversies have gone to the extent of ruining his reputation. If you look at Andrew's social media, you will find him posing with high-end cars, holding guns, and presenting himself as a playboy who loves to smoke cigars and considers himself an alpha. Unfortunately, Tate's extreme views have labeled him as a misogynist. As a result, he is considered persona non grata by domestic abuse charities, who believe the influencer's words are harmful to the world. But what kind of comments has Tate made that earn so much hate? Does he really believe what he says, or is he using controversy to his advantage to become a celebrity like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West? Let's start by analyzing his statements to decipher the type of person he is. Andrew has gone beyond hurling sexist insults. Instead, he has thrown outrageous comments like, "If a woman dates a man, she belongs to that man," and "You can't be responsible for a dog that doesn't obey you or a woman that doesn't obey you." On many occasions, Tate has referred to women as men's physical and financial property and has asserted that they have some guilt about being raped. Despite his offensive comments, Tate has only grown on social media. He used to have more than 11 billion views on TikTok before the platform shut down his account for good. He also had 4 million followers on Twitter, 4.7 million followers on Instagram, and 768,000 subscribers on YouTube. Not to mention the followers he lost on Facebook after Meta closed all of the influencers' accounts. He has now been banned from all social networks due to the outrage his comments have generated. But even if Andrew Tate was banned from all social networks, he managed to use the controversies to his advantage to make a name for himself among the most famous people of the moment. In fact, his name is among the most searched on Google, which should give us an idea about how popular Tate has become. But was it always like this? Not exactly. His rise to fame began in 2016. During his stay on Big Brother, he was expelled for a video in which he appeared hitting a woman with a belt. Soon after, a second video was leaked in which Andrew asked a woman to count the bruises he had caused her. However, Tate and the woman denied it was a case of abuse and claimed the videos showed consensual sex. Whether this was true or not, Andrew was all over the news overnight. That is how he became famous in the least expected way. But the controversies were just beginning. After the videos were leaked, old posts about Andrew containing homophobic and racial slurs were found on his Twitter page, so naturally this caused great outrage on social media. In September 2017, mental health charities sharply criticized Tate for saying that depression was not real. The following month, he said on #MeToo that women should take some responsibility for being raped. These types of comments got Tate banned from Twitter. As the outrage grew, Andrew Tate had just found the formula that would lead him to become a social media superstar, at least before all the companies decided to ban him. He went on to create more polemics that helped him become one of the most famous and controversial people of all time. After the last scandal, Andrew showed himself in a photo next to Nigel Farage, responsible for pushing for the UK's exit from the European Union. In addition, he spoke about his links to anti-Islam activist Stephen Christopher Yaxley Lennon, known as Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is not just an anti-Islam activist. He is a member of the far right who has been convicted of multiple counts of violence and fraud, as well as other crimes. So when Tate called Robinson a solid, good-hearted guy, the outrage grew on the interwebs. Nevertheless, this was all part of Tate's plan to further boost his fame at the expense of his reputation. In 2019, police were called after Tate showed up at the home of Mike Stuckberry, a journalist who had criticized him online, days after Yaxley Lennon did the same. The incident led to Stuckberry's wife suffering a panic attack, so the couple eventually left the UK for Germany. Even before his rise to TikTok fame, Tate was already in the eye of the storm. In 2018, he lamented the decline of Western civilization when he saw a sign at Heathrow Airport encouraging women to go on vacation instead of encouraging them to be loving mothers and loyal wives. Let's talk now about the character behind Tate. Andrew Tate has openly claimed to have been accused of violence against several women. However, the only crime he has been found to have committed was a driving offense in 2018. In an interview, Tate told how a woman knocked his phone out of his hand while a man punched him. This situation led to both men fighting. Andrew admitted to accidentally hitting the woman during the fight and breaking her jaw. In another video, he said that he had been investigated by the police for allegedly abusing a woman. He later denied it was true, but he was still held in a cell for 2 days. While the UK police were investigating Tate for his alleged abuse, it is believed that Tate left the UK for Romania to escape justice. According to Tate, he left because it would be easier to avoid rape charges. He also stated that he was not a rapist, but liked the freedom to do what he wanted. In January, the Daily Mirror reported that Tate and his brother Tristan were making millions through their webcam service platforms where, according to the brothers, men spend absurd amounts of money after being moved by the model's fake tears. In April of the same year, the brothers' mansion was raided by police after the U.S. Embassy issued a tip-off that a 21-year-old American woman had been held against her will. After the Tates were questioned, the police had no choice but to release them. However, the Romanian authorities are still investigating. Amid all these scandals, Tate managed to forge an online reputation that made him the biggest toxic influencer of all time. Clips of his interviews spread like wildfire, attracting millions of views on TikTok. Interestingly, many of these posts did not come from Tate himself, who is not active on the platform, but from his fan accounts, which are dedicated to re-uploading his content. But what exactly did Tate do differently to make himself famous? Tate tried to create a, quote, pro-masculinity image that millions of teenage and adult men have been attempting to hold on to. He has tried to elevate and motivate them to reach their full potential and become the best version of themselves. But during these motivational talks, he often presents comments that, at first glance, may seem harmless and even funny, but are not suitable for our society and can bring severe consequences. He has implanted his followers with absurd ideas such as that real men have dogs and that they shouldn't let their girls talk to other guys. Even if most of Tate's social networks have been shut down, his ideals still live on social media. Just do a quick search and you'll find dozens of videos of Tate shared by his fans who are willing to defend the influencer to the death. One of the key factors in Andrew Tate's success has been his wealth. When people hear an influencer give them advice from a Lamborghini, they give it more validity than if the same advice came from their parents or close friends. But unfortunately, Tate misused his popularity to promote the wrong message, a message we have been trying to eradicate for generations. But now, it could take a lot of effort to fight it again. The last key factor that led to Tate becoming a celebrity is the exaggeration of his arguments. Even if Tate possesses a more misogynistic outlook than the average citizen, he has intentionally exaggerated his statements and made controversial comments to become an overnight celebrity. Many people think that Tate really believes everything he says. However, I think many of his videos present exaggerations and contradictions. If my theory is correct, Andrew Tate could be the biggest troll in the history of the internet since he's managed to fool his haters and followers. Unfortunately, the damage he has caused in recent months could take years to repair. His misogynistic messages have influenced millions of young people who believe what the influencer preaches. Even if for Andrew Tate his podcasts may seem like a game, for some of the most undesirable people in our society who are looking for a word of support to reaffirm their hateful ideas, they could be the perfect excuse to commit a crime. If you liked this video, smash that like and subscribe button to find out how the most popular influencers have beaten the social media algorithms. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.